Episode 3, Everyday Meds. Niece, when I was young, I told Mom, Nana to you, that I liked her shoes, and she said, "You like these shoes? These are my everyday shoes. They're just for every day." I instantly, desperately needed everyday shoes, and an everyday bag to go with them. What I never wanted, but now have, are everyday meds. There's no one on the planet who wants to take meds every day. Even George hates medication. When he got a sinus infection, he acted like I was killing him, giving him antibiotics every day for a week. I didn't even know I was capable of giving a cat medication, but if I had to take them, he had to take meds too. You might hear people talk about self-medicating. I have my own definition of self-medicating, but other people typically mean taking some type of drugs or drinking alcohol. Though I had some wild nights in my 20s, I basically do not drink at all. And I have never in my entire life used any type of drug. I never saw the point and never got into it. So what is my definition of self-medicating? When I returned to Harvard after my first hospital stint, I was on 2 medications. One made me fat and the other gave me brain fog. So I gave up my dream of all of my sexual escapades in college because all the extra weight made me feel everything but sexy. And as an added perk, the meds diminished my sex drive. So even when I stood right next to the most delicious guy who smelled like everything I wanted to devour, I felt nothing. I read they do this to people with bipolar disorder on purpose because the illness makes you promiscuous. I think they do it because they want to limit the number of people in the population who have bipolar disorder. If a person with a mental illness has a baby, there's a 20% chance that the child will have a mental illness. I think the medication is a way of keeping the number of mentally ill children in the world to a minimum. But maybe that's just part of me that believes in conspiracy theories. So even though I only had fried chicken and french fries to keep me company, I still had to pass all of my classes. I was told very clearly that I was welcome to come back, but if I failed even one class, I would be asked to leave and lose my scholarship. I had to get rid of the brain fog. So I turned everyday meds into once-a-week meds. To me, that's self-medicating. The doctor says one thing, but it doesn't really sit well with your body, so you do something else. Thanks to my self-medicating, I am a Harvard graduate. I had to fight with everything I had within myself not to fail anything, but I did not. In fact, I graduated cum laude, and I didn't even know I'd graduated with honors until I saw my diploma. It was a very high point for me mentally, but I was almost 300 pounds, and I knew self-medicating would not work forever. So once I'd secured a full-time job, 6 months after graduation, and I had insurance, I hunted for a doctor. Thank God for the Cambridge Health Alliance. They found me Dr. Chalfin. He has died now, but I remember our last appointment. He was standing outside of his office waiting for me because I was running late. I had stopped to buy him a plant for his office. It was a thank you gift. The medication he put me on saved my life. I'm still on them to this day. Doctors in New York say, "I've never met anyone who has recovered like you." They say I don't even have a tell. Nothing tips them off to the fact that I have type 1 bipolar depression in full remission. That's the state I left Dr. Chalfin in, and that's the state I'm in today. Remission for me means taking meds as prescribed. Remission for me means everyday meds. I'm not 300 pounds anymore, but I'm not 120 pounds either. I'm happy to be me pounds. That's all that matters. I never had brain fog. That's the most important thing to me. I can hear my own voice in my head. Maybe that sounds weird, but at a particular time in my life, I used to hear voices, and I lost the ability to distinguish my voice amidst the other voices. My voice comforts me. When I can't hear my own voice, I know I'm in trouble. The medication keeps me strong. I'm not going to go into the type of meds I'm on because everyone is different. Some people don't even take medication. They can manage their mood through diet and exercise. I still love fried chicken and french fries, and I never really ever got into a really good exercise routine, so I do not know how those things would really work for me. But my everyday meds work, so I take them. And now, when I stand right next to the most delicious guy who smells like everything I want to devour, I feel a little something. It's the little things. Until next time, this is your Aunt Sia saying, stay strong, stay healthy, and know that you are loved.
We can learn together, we can grow forever.
Hey, it's the best kept secret.
We can learn together, we can grow forever. I am not my hair, I am not my skin. I am a vessel of love and soul within. I am black bipolar female. I am black bipolar female. I am not my hair, I am not my skin. I am a vessel of love and soul within. I am black bipolar female. I am black bipolar female. Let me tell you where I've been, who I am, what I do, why I stand, how I live, what I think, what I love, what I am. Black bipolar female. Yes, ma'am. Any questions you can ask, what I don't know I will pass. I will help you understand all the ups, all the downs, all the smiles, all the frowns, all the whys, all the hows. Walk the journey with me, the road is full of wows. We can learn together, we can grow forever. We can learn together, we can grow forever.